All right. Hey, welcome to today's training. Market just opened. What you're seeing right now on the screen is the opening bell. What we're going to be doing today, guys, I'm going to be bringing you a refreshing type of video. I'm going to simply show you on this session how to just make 300 bucks. All right. It's not going to make you rich. It's not going to, you know, change your life overnight. But one thing that you guys have to keep in mind, especially beginners that are getting into trading, which is the type of content that I focus on, is if you could do 300 bucks a day, 300 bucks a day, guys, just to give you an idea, that's $1,500 a week extra on top of whatever you're doing already in your life. So if anybody out there can't tell me, hey, 1,500 bucks would not at all benefit me, then okay, cool. Then trading is not for you, right? But look, a month, that would be an extra 6,000. A year, that would be an extra $72,000. So yes, 300 bucks a month could definitely, 300 bucks a day could definitely make a difference. Let's go over a couple things. So first things first, we're on TradingView, of course. What you're seeing, these two white lines, is something that I like to do to see where the breakout is going to be. So for example, I mark out the 9 a.m. candle all the way up to the 9:30 a.m. candle. As you can see, the high, which is right here inside of that region, was right here, right? This was the high. And the low was all the way down here, okay? This is helpful for you because you want to have an idea before the market opens where it might go. So before the market opened, what we had was this engulfing candle break, right? The high on the 9, let me see here. This was the 928 candle, right? It broke that high inside of our zone. Gave me an indication that most likely the market was going to open up, right? I'm not expecting you to catch the trade all the way down here, right? It can happen, but it's not going to be super realistic every single time. The market is, just very unpredictable. The market does what it does. Let's just keep it that way, right? But again, the main thing you want to focus on is you want to be on the right side of the market, right, before we get into the trade. And what we want to do at first is, okay, now that we know that it broke the high inside of our region, you can see why, even though this candle came all the way down here, look at the wick coming all the way down to this fair value gap, which we'll cover in a second. It bounced right off, almost like a trampoline. It hit it and it just shot up right back to where the market is going. If I was gonna get into a trade, right, and my goal was $300, I wouldn't want to make the $300 in just one trade. Number one, I'd be in that trade longer than I need to be. Number two, I'd be risking more than I should. So what I want to focus on today is this. You guys, especially if you're a beginner, you should be trading 2 mini contracts or 1 mini. My recommendation is that you trade M and Q. Don't trade anything bigger. Don't trade the Nasdaq at first, right? If you're brand new, focus on this, which is the M and Q. That's the micro Nasdaq, okay? And just focus on 2 contracts. Let me show you why. Even if you would have caught the trade on the pullback, right? This is the trend, right? Let's see it a little closer so you can see it. This is the trend, right? There's a trend happening right here. Let's see it, right? There's a trend happening right there, right? Right, this is the trend. It's definitely a bullish trend, meaning it's going up. The price action is increasing with each candle. When the price came down, that's called a pullback. What we teach in the Gatekeeper Strategy is trend, pullback, continuation. Because essentially, let me just share with you the math, right? And why this makes sense. You could have caught it here, right? And I'm going to show you how to catch things like this, right? I'm going to show you why it's important. At any point in time, you could have sold. You could have sold here, right here. And what you see this number right here, which is 99, that's 99 points. So just to keep it easy, 2 micros, 50 cents each, equal $1. Even if you caught the trade from here to here, that would have been $99 that you made, ready? In 1, 2, in 2 minutes, guys. Each candle is worth a minute because we're in the 1 minute chart right now. So the incredible thing about the futures market is, yes, you want to be on the right side of the market. And look, it's happening right in front of us. I told you, market is unpredictable. Right now, there's a big sell-off. So we had a trend, right? But it looks to me like it's actually trying to break the trend now. Let's see. It's coming down, it's coming down. Look how it came down to that fair value gap and it just bounced off of it. Now, why is that? Now, it bounced off of it, right? And immediately formed a bearish fair value gap. But let's talk about what happened here in this candle. Why was it that it came down and it bounced off of that fair value gap? So we call these right here, which are gaps in the market, fair value gaps. We call those, maybe you call them imbalance. They have a lot of names. But essentially, those gaps, most of the time, are going to be high interest points. Meaning there's a lot of orders there that need to be filled, right? So when the price came down just now in that one candle and it shot right back up, it would have been a really risky trade, right? But I'm sure there's somebody out there that would have caught the trade. They would have had their buy order, meaning they would have put a buy order, right? Let's see. They would have put a buy order right on that fair value gap. Give me 1 second. This is not putting in my buy order. There it is. They would have put a buy order on that fair value gap, and look at where the trade would have taken them. Because these zones are high interest zones, right? One of the beautiful things about the Gatekeeper Strategy, oh, there it is. Look at all the other orders coming up now. Yeah, so it's just a little bit delayed. You know what it is? There's definitely a lot of orders in the market. So I'm trying to close them because I was just trying to show you something. I don't want any of these orders to get actually filled. So let's see if I can close them in time. There you go, boom. They're all closed. One of the beautiful things about the Gatekeeper Strategy, guys, especially with your chart and trading view, of course, once you're part of the Discord, you know, you've been pretty much with us for a bit. You can sign up for the indicator list that we have, which is right here. Let me show you what I mean. We have an indicator list. We have an indicator list. Let me show it to you. Huh, I wonder if I can get it on that side. I might have to bring this one. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna put the Discord channel right on the description of this recording. and you'll be able to click on it and go on there. Once you get inside the Discord, we have a separate channel that has the indicator waitlist. So that way you'll be able to see exactly what I'm seeing. All right. Now, let's go find us a trade, right? Because the market is not waiting for anybody, right? It's definitely not waiting for us. So let's go find a trade. All right, first things first. We know now that the trend is bullish, right? We have a bullish trend. It's definitely going up. What I want to wait for now is a nice pullback, right? We had a pullback here and it took off. My next entry is going to be on the next pullback, and assuming that it doesn't break the trend, I will be getting on to go into the continuation. All right, so here we go. Another helpful thing that's going to help you a ton is you want to know what's happening on each different time frame. So this is the 1 minute chart, right? This is the 5 minute chart, meaning each candle is 5 minutes. Okay. This is the 15-minute chart, meaning each candle is 15 minutes. And on the 15-minute chart, we are breaking a previous high, giving us a BOS, a break of structure. That's always a good sign that we are headed in the right direction, okay? So that's giving us more confirmation that this trend line that we're seeing here is here to stay, at least for the day, all right? It's definitely gonna be a bullish day. This big candle that you see here is our day candle. If you can't tell, it's green. That should tell you everything you need to know, right? That this is definitely a very, very bullish day. Now, going back to our 5 minute candle, going back to our 1 minute candle for the entry, again, I want to wait for this price to do a nice pullback, right? So that I can look for my entry. Again, what I'm shooting for today is $300. That's all we need. And the whole goal of this, guys, is this. If you can make $1 from the market, who's to say that you can't make $1 million from the market? Right? There's a reason why less than 1% of the entire world tries to do this. It's extremely difficult. We know that firsthand. We're not saying that none of this is easy. However, when we simplify the strategy, when we simplify basically how to beat the market, and again, you are going to have losing trades, right? You're going to think that the entry that you made was great, and then all of a sudden the market does something else. It's okay. But as long as you can be $300 a day profitable for at least, like, show us that you can do $300 a day for at least 6 months, and now you're ready for some bigger trades, okay? But for now, we're waiting on a nice pullback, you know? What's the problem with getting in this high? Well, again, the market's unpredictable. So for us to get in now, for them to pull back to happen, we would be at a disadvantage. We would be basically giving the money market, giving the market money. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though it looks great, it looks bullish, right? Oh yeah, jump in. Now, but you have to wait for a pullback, especially if you're trading trend, especially if you're trading the Gatekeeper Strategy. Wait on that pullback. All right, so here we go. We're starting to see one. So we're seeing a small pullback onto this fair value gap. Let me see here. By the way, this white line that you see here, this is our EMA, and it's the 50th. That is used a lot to see how far the price is willing to sell off. A lot of the times, this is your center, right? So you can see that we're above the EMA, which is a good thing. And a lot of the things that I'm telling you I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, read the definition of every single thing. That's homework for you. You know, Google it. What does he mean by the 50 EMA? It's simple. Use ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT. That, you know, teach me like a 5-year-old what a 50 EMA line is. Right? I'm a beginner trader. And put in a little bit of effort, because if I just tell you everything, think about it. I'm spoon feeding you. Now, I'm willing to spoon feed you the strategy 100%, 100%. Just like Gatekeeper himself, right? Put me on. That's my mentor. Amazing. Like when he showed, and I tried trading before, guys. You know, there's nothing fake about me. I'm gonna be real with you. I tried trading before. I tried options before. Didn't understand it. Thought I did. Lost a bunch of money. I tried Forex. Maybe some of you have too. And futures is the only thing that I've been able to truly grasp enough to do this on a daily basis. All right, so you're seeing massive pullback jumping off of that same fair value gap. So again, we'll use our little tool. How'd I got in on that trade? Look at that. 143 points. That's $143 in your pocket, right? The wick went all the way to 225. That's pretty much 85% of our goal. But what I'm looking for is some type of pullback into the EMA. See if the price falls enough. And then once it does, I'll be looking for that continuation. So let's see. All right. We're going to be eyeing it. We're going to be watching it. Oh, another thing. If you are not willing to sit by and wait for the market to give you the perfect entry, the entry that you truly trust, it's gonna be a tough trading session for you. You have to be patient, guys. Right? You have to be really patient, because sometimes you'll sit here for an hour and a half, not even take a trade, because you don't feel confident. You don't see anything that you like. And so again, one of the things that you can see that it's doing right now, there might be a breakup. Yep, there's gonna be a breakout right here. But for the most part, one of the things that I want you to realize, where's my little tool? No, not that. No, not that. Listen, I'm big on tools. I'm a big visual learner. So sorry if I'm very visual. But one of the things that I do is, you know, like, what am I looking at, right? Truthfully, this is called manipulation. The market for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes has been in this box. And so you don't want to trade inside that box, right? What you need to do is be extremely patient, right? And make it real simple, guys. We'll make it real simple. Wait for a pullback. That's it. Wait for the price to reject. Get in on the pullback. This is the pullback, right? This is where you want to get in. And then go. Now, is the market, just because I drew that line, gonna do that exactly? No. Again, the market does whatever it wants, but I need to see some type of major pullback, and then I get into the trade. Okay? So let's keep watching it. Let's see where it goes. And thanks for hanging out with me, by the way. This is actually my first time, right? I've been trading already futures. Oh, there it is. What I tell you. What I tell you. What did I just tell you? Okay, so here we go. We're going to let this candle close. Pay attention to this right here on this side. You see how it's counting down the candle and when it's going to close? We need that to close, right? So we're going to wait the 20 something seconds for this candle to close. Yep, this is the pullback that we were waiting on. Now the most important thing before we get into this trade is we want to make sure that this is not going to break the trend, okay? So it's the next candle should continue the pullback. If we get that lucky, let's see. Yep. Yep. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw a mini trend right here. Right, just a little mini trend right there. You see how it came down close to the EMA 50 line, bounced off of it, and now it's fighting its way to get back up. That's a great sign that it's trying not to break that trend line, okay? That means there's a lot of buying pressure pushing that price up. So this is all giving us good clues as to we could take a trade up. All right, on this next candle, I'm gonna go ahead and put an entry in. Let that come down a bit. And all right, I'm in. And so again, you always want to protect yourself, right? Just because you got into a trade doesn't mean that the trade, that you shouldn't protect yourself, what I'm saying, right? So on this trade, for example, I'm willing to bet up to $150. So what I'm gonna do here is bring my stop loss to right about, let's bring it maybe 175, because there's a lot of volume in the market right now. Lots of volume in the market. Okay. My entry, believe it or not, was almost premature. Had I waited a little bit longer, the entry might have been even, well, it would have been, in my opinion, even better. But the trend is still extremely strong, as you can see, where this trade is going to end up working out in our favor. I have a lot of confidence in that trade. So we're up $70. What we're going to do is now bring, yep. And so guys, ready? Wait a minute. Perfect. Look at that. Again, goal is $300, right? We don't need to make it all in one trade, right? We could split $300 in many different ways, you know? How many 50 bucks trades do I need to take in order to make 300? How many $75 trades do I need to take in order to make 300 for the day? And so on and so on and so on. So that's all. Yep, we're still in good shape. Market's just fighting a couple orders. Still feeling extremely confident on that trade. Yep. Beautiful pullback, by the way. Wow. That entry would have been just disgusting. whoever caught this entry, that would have been disgusting. But again, we're in good shape, right? It's still on a bullish trend. And here's how you know. You're getting higher lows, right? You're still getting higher lows. Like, here's a low, here's a low, here's another low, here's another low. The only thing wrong so far, if you're gonna critique anything on this trade, which I'm real big on that, critique yourself, you know, master being completely honest with you, is the entry could have been better. Had the entry been right here, let me draw a little line. Had the entry been right on the EMA, like right there, that would have been such a better entry, in my opinion. Because at that point, trend, pull back, right? Get in right at the EMA 50, continuation. Like, easy peasy. So again, trend, pull back, continuation. And we're gonna watch this play out. And again, you gotta be patient. Don't think that, oh, we're down $40, oh, we're down $70. You have to be patient. Be patient with yourself. Have confidence in your trade. If you know that the trend is strong, right? Especially the bullish trend is strong. The market's gonna do what the market does, okay? And just go along for the ride. That's it. You're gonna see in the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 candles, this is gonna be up almost $300, but we're actually gonna cut the trade short because I wanna show you how to do it in a couple trades. You don't have to catch the $300 trade every day, or you don't have to catch the $1,000 trade every single day, right? That's not realistic, right? Markets are choppy some days, and what are you gonna do when the market is super choppy? Are you just not gonna make money? Are you gonna be on the sidelines? No. You need to learn how to trade effectively and be able to make money on the go. So here's what we're gonna do. You're seeing the pullback now coming strong. Market wants to take you on a ride. I love it. I love it. Guys, I love trading. This is just the best. So you're up 70 something dollars, right? What do you do? Right? Because you're up 80 something dollars. What do you do? Do you get greedy? And do you sit there and say, oh my God, I'm so greedy, I want it all? No. Because I'm more worried about you knowing how to trade than being the hero and posting on Twitter or posting on Instagram or whatever you use, right? Showing off to your friends your big trade. So I'm more worried about you executing, right? So we're gonna close this trade right at $167. So keeping it simple, here we go. This is what our goal is. Now we're only $133 away from our goal. Again, my trade was correct, but my entry could have been better, right? So I'm so happy that you got to see that, because I mean, you can't even ask for a better lesson. It's just the truth. But again, I hope you saw that trend, pullback, continuation. So what are we gonna do again? Easy. I'll make it real easy for you. What if I just move this, right? What if I kept looking for that trend and that pullback continuation? Now, anytime you take a trade, it doesn't matter if the trade was $5, $1,000, $75. I want you to go now on a cool off period, meaning you're not gonna touch the charts for another 10 candles. And right now on the screen, you're seeing exactly why I'm asking you to do that. So we closed the trade right here, right? Perfect example. Had you gotten greedy, you would now be negative something. Now, it doesn't mean that the market's not going to recover and keep going on this trend. It could, but trends change. Trends absolutely change, right? And keep in mind that we are in the 1 minute chart, right? As you zoom out, let me get rid of this mini trend for that single trade that I did. If you look at the line down here, which is this other trend line that I have going, this line is coming from the 15-minute chart. Now, as the GOAT himself, the gatekeeper, my mentor, taught me, you want to get your trend line from the 15. Okay? You want to get your trend lines from the 15. You want to get your entries from the 1 minute chart. So for this next trade, we're going to do that. We're going to work backwards. Let me get rid of some of these lines, because I don't want you to confuse you too much, especially if you're brand new to trading and futures and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You just want to keep it simple. And if a lot of these colors, guys, are bothering you, I'm more than happy to just turn everything off. We can turn everything off. And just trade like this. In fact, we can go over here if you want, honestly. Let me see. You know what would be fun? You know what would be really fun, guys? Why don't we do this? This will be real fun. You ever seen anybody do this, guys? Hold on. See if I can. Symbols. Oh, you know what I could do? Could create a new layout. New. All right. This is awesome. Okay. Here we go. Ready, guys? This is gonna be ridiculous. All right, for all of you out there that, even though we use them, right? But for all of you out there that are teaching your people that without an indicator or a fancy chart, that without that, you can't make money. So what I've just done is that I've made every single candle white. No red, no green, no indicators. Just this. And I'm going to show you how, even though this looks completely weird, you need to train your eyes to read the market, okay? So we're on the 15-minute chart right now, right? This is the 15-minute. What trend do you see right now? Well, what I do see is higher lows. It's obvious, right? I see higher lows. I see low, 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 low. And for it to be a true trend, guys, your trend line needs to be touched at least 3 times. 3. Okay? And as you can see, your trend line here, boom, 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 got touched 3 times. So there is a trend going on. That's for sure, right? Now, once we drop down to the 5 minute, the 5 minute is important because every time a 5 minute candle closes, I've noticed this while trading, there's a burst, just like the 15 minute, there's a burst of volume. Every time a 5 minute or a 15 minute candle closes, there's a burst of volume. So, right now you saw that this was a huge candle, right? This is a 5 minute candle. Boom, broke up, continued, came down and went up, right? Went down and up, right? And just now you saw this 5 minute candle come down, touch the 15, because remember, this trend line, right? We are getting this trend line from the 15 minute. Don't forget, okay? That trend line. Oh crap, I moved it. I gotta go back to the 15 and put it on the right way. Yep, right there, boom, boom, boom. There, all right. I'll try not to touch that again. 5 minute chart, you saw it. Funny enough, huh? How funny is this? That this 5 minute candle came all the way crashing down and like magic, bounced off of what? Bounced off of what? The 15 minute trend line. It respected it. Now, do I condone you placing a trade right here? Yeah, I mean, if you got balls of steel, go for it. If it's sized properly, meaning, if you have good risk management, ready? Watch this. Long position. You're trading 2 contracts, right? Say you were gonna risk up to this candle, because breaking this candle right here, breaking that, like if the price would have came down and broke that, then that would have broken the trend. I don't know if you know what I mean, right? Look at this candle. You see the wick on that candle, right? Say that this 5 minute candle would have came down, right? And closed below it. Now we can no longer say that we're getting higher lows. There's been a break in the trend. So I wouldn't say, hey, that's a good trade to take, right? But if I would have put my buy order right there, right? Buy order right there at the trend line, somewhere around there, right? It doesn't have to be exactly there, but somewhere around there on the trend line. And it would have picked me up. We're talking about, look at this. Just there is $213. And remember, look at what the price is right now. Price is right here. So we would have been up $336. That's your day. You just have to know where to look. It's got nothing to do with the indicators. It's got nothing to do with, oh, this guru told me this, or no. It's just simple price action. Trend, pullback, continuation. As long as you're on the right side of the market, meaning you identified a trend, and it is true, you have gone to multiple time frames and confirmed it, meaning I confirmed it on the 15, I confirmed it on the 5 minute, I'm confirming it on the 1 minute. Look at that. Massive pullback, continuation. Trend, pullback, continuation. Trend, pullback, continuation. Massive pullback, continuation. I just happened to make my money just now on that trade. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. I just happened to make my money on this right here. I believe it was here. Yeah. So the trade that I took earlier was something like that. Okay? Let's make this smaller. So that you can kind of see, because it's good to see this. It's really good to see this. I think the trade that we took was there. Boom. We waited on the pullback. There. We waited on the pullback. We got in. And then, boom, we went out. That's okay. That's a mini trend. But just that little bit was $167. So that's all I'm trying to show you. So again, nice trend. We're waiting on a pullback. And with these white candles, we're gonna take a trade. This is my favorite thing to show. I've shown them this before to friends, you know. Never like this, you know, on YouTube or nothing like that. But I've shown this to friends, and it's funny because they'll look at me and say, "How the hell are you trading, you know, without the indicators?" So again, I got a little mini trend going on. See if we can catch a good trade here. Actually, believe it or not, that would have been it. That was a nice pullback for the continuation. But let's see, because I think it might close. It might want to go lower. Yeah. I think so. Let's see. This is what I'm telling you about. When you just have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to wait on the market for the right entry, the right setup. Let me plug in my charger for my computer. See, nice. That's beautiful. Love that. Love seeing that. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, that's nice. So look, boom, nice pullback into a really nice continuation. So I think, yep, this might just take off. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for a tiny pullback because my entry should have been here, which is what I was thinking. If it closes higher, because if it closes lower, then okay, we stay on the sidelines. But if it closes higher, like right there, I'm gonna wait for it to come down a little bit, and then we're gonna take it up. I would have wanted to go past this right here, and I would just search. I would be looking for this high to match that high. All right, even better. This entry is even better because I'm risking less. Now I'm only risking 97. It's even better. So let me see here. All right, I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. We're seeing right here we have another 5 seconds left. Okay. That was it. That would have been the entry right there. Boom. See that? It's got beautiful volume. Beautiful volume. Right there. Boom. Nice. And so look, that trade alone would have been just in that one candle. Say you bought it right at the start, sold it at the top. I mean, again, hard to do. Can it be done? Yeah. People do it all the time. That was 127 bucks. I had said that what we needed was 133. Just to hit our goal for the day. All right? To hit our goal for the day. Yeah, we're still on that uptrend. Ah, perfect. Yep. 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 That's what we need. We need some type of... Wow. The market amazes me to this day. It just came down and bounced right off. I love it. All right, there we go. So again, trend, right? Tiny pullback, but it looks like it's wanting to give us a heavier pullback now. All right, let's see. Let's see. What's going on in the 5 minute? Okay, 15. Okay. All right, back down to the 1. All right. Again, you have to be dissecting the market at all times. At all times. Like, I want you to not overthink the trade. It's really not the goal either. But when you start noticing things, like, look, I'm noticing this box right now. You see how it's like going up, but then all of a sudden it starts going sideways? We're getting more and more sideways action. That's called consolidating, manipulation, whatever you want to call. But yeah, it's the price seems to be, it's in a box. And then once upon a time, it gets, spurts, like big wicks, but it comes right back to that box. So probably a good thing to do would be, let's wait until the price breaks out of this box. Whether it breaks out downwards or upwards, probably best not to take a trade inside that box for now, since I haven't taken the trade yet. All right, so let's wait, see what happens. I'm hoping that it breaks the box upwards so that we can keep getting confirmation on the bullish trend for the day. Because at the same time, if it's going to be a bullish day, you want higher lows, you want higher highs. If we're going to continue on that trend. But as you can see, it is fighting that box. By the way, the all white candles, see? There it is, breaking the box to the downside. Let's see what happens. Anyways, the all white candles was not my idea. This is Gatekeeper's idea for sure. When I saw him do this for the first time, Blew me away. I said, there's no way, dude, that you can trade with just white candles. But yeah, you sure can. Okay, so, okay, it broke the box. Get rid of the box. Look at this. Boom, 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 right? What are we seeing? We're seeing a nice pullback, and the price what? Doing a push. Push off action right away. Comes in and then boom. Push right off. You still have a high buying pressure. So I think the pullback is going to be here, right? That was the pullback in the candle. This should be our entry. Our entry is close. This should be our entry right here. All right, here we go. I think what I'm gonna do, we'll do this actually, so that you can see it. I'm gonna be going long, as long as it doesn't break the trend. I'm gonna be going long. I don't need this much. I really don't. I need $133, right? I'm sticking to my rules. $133, and I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna risk $80. Hold on. All right, wherever I take the trade, then I'll move this. So let me move this out of the way for a second. All right, see how I touched that trend line and bounced right off of it? So let's see where this candle closes. If it breaks the trend, we'll wait for a second to see if there's a reversal, and then we'll get in, guys. We're not going to make this difficult. Not at all. Yep, as expected. Look just how it happened here. You can see it right there. Going over to my 15. Still hasn't broken this, so the trend hasn't changed still. Okay, 5 minute. Yep, 1 minute. All right. And we go off, guys. Here we go. We go off. So I am in on a buy. Right on the continuation. You guys know exactly what my target is. It's $133. For this trade, I will definitely stay in until I hit that target. And it looks like I will be hitting that target very soon. So, yep, we're past the target. Done. So can't you're seeing it. The gatekeeper strategy, like 1, 2, 3. There's a trend, there's a pullback, there's a continuation. And just to let you know, let's see how long this trade runs. So I got a feeling that this trade is gonna run all the way up. Let's see. But again, the market is unpredictable. But even though the market is unpredictable, you just saw me do $300 on 2 trades. And that would just wrap up your day. Done. Done deal. And look at it. It's still going. If you would have been in there and got it now, that would have been $221. But wait, there's more. It's like those commercials. But wait, there's more. It would have been $251. Like, I'm being as real as I can with you. You don't need all these indicators that these gurus are selling you. You don't need all this stuff, right? All you need to do is learn trend, pullback, continuation, which is the gatekeeper strategy. And you need to just sit down. And you know what? Maybe you're not even ready to have a live account, right? Maybe you need to sit and just paper trade and learn how to do this, right? Show yourself that you can make $300 a day with white candles. And then once you can master this, which is price action, which, by the way, the entry was so good that even this pullback, I just want to let you know, the entry was so good that even this pullback that is coming in right now, you still be in profit. Like, even the price struggling right now, right there, you still be up $116. At the peak of this trade, you were up $254. But again, I stuck to my rule. And what did I get out of it? Exactly what I needed. And then that's it. I don't need to get greedy. I don't need to sit here and try to force another trade. I made my $300 and I'm done. That's it. See you tomorrow, market, right? That's the discipline that this type of profession takes. Why am I even saying $300 a day? Guys, be real with yourselves. If I can show you how to trade $300 a day, I can show you how to make $1,000 a day. I can show you how to make $10,000 a day. But you got to start somewhere, right? I don't even care if maybe your goal is $100 a day. Hey, Leo, I just want to make $500 a week because I know at the end of the month I'll have $2,000. $2,000 that I didn't have, right? $2,000 to pay my mortgage. $2,000 to pay my rent. You know, depending where you live. I don't know. If you live one of those high rises in Miami, $2,000, that's just your maintenance cost, which that's wild. No thanks. But that's all I'm saying to you. Focus on mastering the art of trading and the strategy before you focus on the dollar signs, okay? Because let me show you something that a lot of you, I know you're gonna wanna see in this video. Yes, I can change the contract size to 10. If you have any experience in futures market, you know that 10 micros is one full Nasdaq contract. Yes, I get it, guys. That same trade would have been worth almost $1,000. But that's not the point, okay? That's not the point. Because you know what some of you do? You know what some of you do? And I'm just being real with you guys. Some of you just get on the chart and say, okay, I got 10 micros. All right, I'm just going to click buy because I feel like it's going up. And I'm just going to click buy. Okay, I'm clicking buy. And all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, you're up $120 or whatever you're up, right? But then at the same time, all of a sudden, oh no, what happened? Oh no, what happened? You're down $300. For what? Because you want to be a hero and not handle your risk management correctly? Because look how easily you're going to lose your account by trading 10 contracts. Look how easily, and I'm showing you this on the screen because I'm being real with you guys, okay? Look at that. the reason why most people fail. Because they over leverage themselves. In any prop firm account, which is what we teach, right, at the end of the day, by the time you hit this mark, $1,500, congratulations, you've lost the account. Done. Like, finito. All on what? One trade? You're gonna lose the account on one trade? So this is what we teach. To not do this. Because clearly, right now, if you look at the 15, would you say that the there you go. Would you say that the trend has been broken? I would say so. The trend clearly broke, and it's not on a downtrend. There are more chances of that candle hitting my stop loss and blowing my account, like way more chances than me getting to meet Drake or something like that. I 1000%. Like, let's just look at it happen together. Let's look at you blow your account, like, just stupidly, because you're wanting to trade big trades, right? You want the hoorah, all right? Let's just look at it, because it's gonna happen. The candle has gone down this much, right? And you're only 2 minutes in. Oh, it's gonna take it out. There it is. Oh, it's teasing you. It's teasing you, but it's gonna happen. And why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to show you guys that, like, I want you to cook, not get cooked. If that makes sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm dumbfounded. Students write to me constantly, every day. Oh, there it is. You lost your account. Told you it was gonna happen. I told you it was gonna happen. But I show you that on purpose. I show you that on purpose. Okay? Students write to me all the time. Hey, I passed my eval, but I lost it in a couple days. So the problem is not passing the eval so much. The problem is the sizing, right? You have no business, especially if you don't have the experience. You have no business trading 10 micros. You don't. You really don't. And if you look online and you see all this like full porting and like all this crap, all you're doing is making the prop firms richer. It's the truth. Because the prop firms don't want you to win. If nobody has told you this, allow me to be the first one. The prop firms do not want you to win. Like 100% don't want you to win. So do yourself a favor, and instead of giving away money and resetting accounts and doing all of that, which, by the way, if this applies to you, internalize it. If it doesn't, and you're brand new to trading, just pay attention, because I'm trying to save you a lot of money from the future. But the only thing you're doing is making the prop firms richer. That's all you're doing. Just being real with you. So learn the strategy that we're teaching. Okay? There were multiple trades, opportunities that happened today. Here's the 5-minute chart. There was an opportunity right here. There was a pullback, continuation. Look at this trend. Pullback right here, continuation. Here, I'm gonna do this. It should be easy for you to see. These were all the trades that were available so far since we've been on together. So for you to tell me that you can't make money in the market, what do you mean? Now, am I expecting you to catch every single one? No, absolutely not. But the faster you start identifying these, trends, these structures, the easier it will be for you to execute, right? Because look, this trade by itself was 586 points with 2 contracts, not 10, not 20. Hello, just bring the sizing down. And I'll ask you this, with 2 contracts, 50 cents each contract is $1, right? For every point. Let me ask you this. Right here, the risk is 79. Would you risk $79 to make 264? Would you risk $68 to make 353? Next one. Would you risk $80 to make 586? Like, think about it this way. If there was a vending machine that you could put in $80 and $500 came out every single time, how many times would you put $80 in that machine? I'll sit there all day. So this is the vending machine, right? I call this the printing machine. So at the end of the day, guys, once you know what you're looking for, it's all about executing and managing your risk. Every single trade that I took with you guys today, when we were actually taking trades with the 2 contracts, we won. That's okay. If I had lost any of those trades while I was showing you this video, it wouldn't have mattered either. Because at the end of the day, my risk management was correct. At the end of the day, I wanted to show you, this is a training session, right? I wanted to show you, let me move this down a little bit, move myself. I wanted to show you what this is like, right? What this is all about. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Listen, I'm going to leave the Discord channel definitely on the bottom. Let me see. This is our Discord channel. It's awesome. We love it. So you can see we're live streaming, we're doing everything that we can. We have a couple mods already in the Discord, just to show you, give you a little preview of our Discord. We have events all the time going on, right? We have wins and losses. As you can see, I am a funded trader, right? Boom, boom, boom. But I'm not the only one. We've gotten many of our students and our mods have gotten funded easily. Here's another funded certificate, right? And again, getting funded, just to let you know, is just the beginning. Getting funded is just the beginning. Keeping that funded account and being able to extract money from the market every single day, that's the art. That's the art that I want you to drill into your head. Okay, I need a trend. I need to pull back. And I need to make sure that there's a continuation happening before I get into that trade. Hopefully I was able to show you that today, guys. My name is Eliel. It was a pleasure doing this tiny, oh, it wasn't super tiny. I know that you've been with me, I think, past an hour. I'm not even sure how long this video is. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Once again, join our Discord. Get in there. It's completely for free right now. We really don't know when we're going to start, charging or anything like that. But it's for free right now. Get in while you can. That's all I'm going to say. and start learning. Okay, start trading. God bless you guys. Bye bye.